Title: We finally got our dream home. The HOA warned us not to look outside at night. Posted by you/ShadowSignal13, 1 day ago. Every horror story starts with a mistake. Ours was thinking we'd finally made it out. I'm Jay. I'm 13. My sister Leah is 15 and doesn't believe in happy endings. My parents, well, they were just tired. Tired of leaky ceilings. Tired of debt notices. Tired of pretending we weren't falling apart in slow motion. We lived in 5 different apartments in 6 years. I don't remember the names, just the smells, damp drywall, cheap takeout, and sometimes worse. Leah once joked that we were urban nomads, only with worse Wi-Fi and trauma. When Dad got that weird call from a private seller about a house in a place called Golden Pines, we thought it was a scam. 2 stories. Wraparound porch. Fireplace. Cherry tree. For a price cheaper than most one-bedroom rentals. Mom cried when we pulled into the driveway. Dad laughed like a man who'd cheated fate. Leah folded her arms and said, "Something's wrong with this place. It's too perfect." I wanted to believe she was wrong. We moved in on a Friday. The movers left by sundown, and Mom made spaghetti even though half the boxes were still sealed. We ate cross-legged on the living room floor. Dad lit a scented candle he found under the sink, smelled like sugar and soil. It was the first time I saw Mom really smile in years. "I think this might actually be home," she said, brushing my hair back. Leah made a face, but she didn't argue. That's when the doorbell rang. It was 8:44 p.m. The sun had just set, leaving a dusky gold glow across the front lawn. I remember that detail clearly because I thought whoever was at the door was just a curious neighbor. But when we opened it, we saw them. 4 people. Standing shoulder to shoulder. All dressed in gray, pressed suits that didn't quite fit. Skin pale, almost waxy. Smiles fixed and too wide. Eyes glassy. Blinkless. The tallest one stepped forward. "Mr. Holloway," he said, tapping his chest with skeletal fingers. "President of the Golden Pines Homeowners Association. We come bearing your conduct materials." He held out a small black booklet. Its cover shimmered like oil and felt damp when Dad touched it. "Some friendly advice," Holloway said, voice flat and syrupy. "You may hear screaming during the night. It is not to be acknowledged. Do not look outside. Do not open any doors between 2:33 and 2:47 a.m. Leah snorted. "Wait, what?" Mom's smile faltered. "Is this a joke?" Holloway's head tilted. "A fraction too far." "No." Then all 4 of them turned and walked away. Not toward a car. Not down the sidewalk. They simply disappeared around the bend of the cul-de-sac in absolute silence. Dad laughed nervously. "Okay. Well. That happened. We tried to brush it off. Creepy welcome committee became the joke of the night. Mom poured wine. Leah turned the TV on. But the black booklet stayed on the table. Unopened. Unread. Until the screaming began. That night. 2:35 a.m. The sound jolted me upright. It was like someone ripping their lungs out mid-sentence. Wet. Guttural. Animalistic, but not quite. Somewhere in there was a language. Twisted syllables that didn't belong in this world. And then, just beneath the noise, I heard my name. Jaya. My hand drifted to the curtain. I don't know why. Maybe because it sounded like my mom. Or Leah. Or me. Just before I peeked, I got a text. "Leah, don't look. Leah, it's out there. It knocks if you listen." I froze. And then the scratching started. From that night on, the entity began to enter my dreams. Not always directly. Sometimes it was shadows. Reflections in unplugged TVs, breathing vents. Sometimes it wore faces, Mr. Holloway's, Leah's, even my own. It whispered things I didn't understand, but felt deep in my bones. Heralds of awakening. Let me wear your skin. It showed me memories that weren't mine. A pit. A ritual. A neighborhood built over something old. Ancient. Not dead, but sealed. Fed by fear. Maintained by rules. Each rule broken was a cut in the stitches. And we'd already broken too. The next day, Mr. Holloway was in our kitchen. I swear on my life, no one let him in. He was standing over the black booklet, flipping pages with 2 long fingers. "Children are prone to disobedience," he said without looking at me. "But now you've seen it. Tasted its shape. It will follow your dreams until you fit." "Fit into what?" I asked. He smiled. "Into the house. The way your father did." That's when I realized, Dad was gone. His car in the driveway. But no sign of him. Just a set of work boots neatly placed outside the basement door. I begged Mom to leave. She just said, "Why would we leave? We just got here." Her voice was flat. Robotic. Leah wouldn't talk anymore. She'd begun drawing with charcoal. All the pictures were the same, a tall figure wrapped in roots, standing behind our house, reaching toward the sky with hands like branches. Now, every night, I wake up before 2:33 a.m. Not because of alarms. But because my body knows. The air gets thicker. The house sighs. And the walls whisper. Sometimes I hear Dad humming from under the floorboards. Sometimes the closet doorknob turns, even though I've jammed it shut. And sometimes, Sometimes I see myself sleeping. It's 2:44 a.m. now. One more minute. Something's knocking again. Not on the door. From inside the mirror. The black booklet lies open on my desk. There's a new rule now, freshly inked. Rule number 30, the house is not haunted. It is the haunting. Rule number 31, once it remembers your face, it never forgets. Rule number 32. If you read this far, it's already looking through your window. Don't look. Don't look. Edit, 2:47 a.m. Silence again. But the version of me in the mirror didn't vanish this time. It smiled. Then it blinked, once, slow, and mouthed something I didn't understand, until it waved and whispered back. Welcome home. Posted by you/ShadowSignal13. Account deleted. Thread archived. Moderator note, multiple users report seeing rule number 32 appear in their browser cache after reading. Proceed with caution. Comment by you/GlassSignal31, 9 hours ago. Comment edited for clarity. Some portions removed by moderators. I wasn't going to say anything. Honestly, I didn't think I could. Not after what happened. Not after what it took. But I saw the post before it vanished. Before it was archived. And I recognized the words. The cadence. The rules. The way he wrote. Like he was trying to exorcise what was inside him through language. It was Jay. My brother. He wrote that post 3 nights before he disappeared. 3 nights before the basement door swung open on its own, and Mom started calling that thing in the walls by his name. I know how that sounds. You're probably rolling your eyes. Just a spooky story. AR/nosleep setup. Right? No. There is no Jay anymore. Or if there is, he's not, in the right shape. I've been trying to retrace what happened. Not just for me. For anyone else stuck in Golden Pines. I've read every single page of that black booklet. Not just the printed rules. There are handwritten ones too. Scribbled in margins. Scratched with nail tips. Written in symbols I swear I saw in my dreams before I ever found them. The rules change. They mutate. They rewrite themselves after every incident. Some get added. Others vanish. And some are added in your handwriting. Like this one, I found in my closet doorframe last week. Rule number 41, if your brother dreams too loud, feed him to the quiet. Jay was right. It started slow. The dreams. The voices. The way the house shifts when no one's looking. One day the hallway is 12 steps long. The next it's 20. One night, Mom made pancakes for dinner. The next morning, she'd sewn her mouth shut with black thread. She doesn't speak now. Just hums. That same song Dad used to sing when we were little. Except Dad's not here anymore. And I found his teeth in the fireplace. I've started mapping the rules. Literally, on the walls, the ceiling, the back of my hands. They aren't just instructions. They're containment protocols. Every home here in Golden Pines is a cork in the bottle. We don't live here. We trap things here. And Jay was too curious. Too awake. He started remembering things he shouldn't. Started asking the right questions. Started seeing through the faces around us. Even mine. He told me 2 nights before he vanished. Leah, what if I'm not me anymore? What if I never was? And the scariest part? I didn't have an answer. That night, I woke up to the sound of dragging. Like something heavy being pulled down the hallway. I opened my door, and the world was gone. Replaced by a long corridor lined with mirrors. And every mirror showed a different version of Jay. One had no eyes. One was made of bark. One was smiling so wide, the corners of his mouth met behind his head. But only one looked scared. He mouthed 2 words to me. Don't forget. I haven't seen him since. But I hear him. Sometimes through the drains. Sometimes behind the vents. And always at 2:44 a.m. He's still knocking. Still whispering. Still waiting. To anyone reading this. This wasn't a story. It was a warning. Check your windows. Count your steps. Don't eat anything that wasn't in your fridge yesterday. And if you see a black booklet with shifting ink, don't open it. Bury it. Or better. Burn your house down. And run. Comment by you/GlassSignal31. User suspended for violating subreddit rule number 9, posting intentionally distressing content without clear fiction tags. Moderator update, pinned. This thread has taken a disturbing turn. We've received multiple messages from local users in the Golden Pines area. According to local news reports, a body matching Jay's description was found in the woods near Crescent Hollow, but the autopsy confirmed it wasn't him. It looked like him. But the DNA came back inconclusive. Final note, another version of rule number 32 has reportedly appeared in browser caches across several devices. Rule number 32, altered. If you think this is fiction, try blinking. If your reflection blinks second, it's not. Proceed with caution.